Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing okay wherever you're at. And we're just gonna do a very short lesson today, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of how your muscles should be feeling when you plow stop. So we're gonna take the last lesson we had and kind of roll it into this lesson. So start doing the last lesson, and then we're going to kind of build up to this today. So what we are going to do is get ready for plow stopping. So getting ready to skate is all well and good, but you have to know how to stop. And as much as I do like T-stops, I'm going to have a higher level skater go ahead and teach that, just because I'm not very fond of T-stops, and that's just my personal opinion. We're still going to teach them, and I'm going to have somebody teach you guys to do that properly, because I don't do mine properly. Yeah, it's just more because I don't feel it's safe for new skaters to be standing straight up and doing a T-stop, so I'm going to call it a more advanced stop. Plow stops are a little bit more safe because you're still going to be low. You're in derby position to begin with, which is what you've already been practicing, and then you're just gonna kind of add a little bit more guidance to it, so you could at least stop, or if you're unable to stop before you hit a wall or hit a teammate or whatever, you're already really low, so you could actually just take a knee and kind of slide into that knee. So that's why I feel adamant about this stop. It's my favorite stop. It's actually my best skill that I have derby wise. And then like I said, the last lesson, if you do have those little incidents where you guys kind of crash into each other, or bump into each other, a plow stop is really good for that, because you're, like I said, you're going to be low, and that's actually going to make you a lot more stable, so you could at least lean into the bump. Or if somebody hits you, you're not going to be flailing around. If you're standing straight up, that's where you kind of really lose your balance quite easily. So that's why we're going to do this one today. So we're still on tennis shoes, by the way. We'll be adding skates later to this lesson, though. So if you need to take a minute to pause, go grab your gear, and be ready to go. So in this lesson, I know this is a really weird angle. The sunlight was really weird at my house today, and I can't go really much further than this for the time being. So what you want is a post, excuse the trash can. What you want, a post or something sturdy that's going to be able to withhold your weight. Then you also want to get a rope or a bungee or some sort of thing that's going to help you out. In my case, we are using a tug-of-war rope for my dog, so I borrowed it for this lesson. Okay, so the reason I say a rope, you want something sturdy, but that still has a little bit of give. This doesn't have too much give, but it has just enough to give you a little slack. And the reason I also like to use a tug-of-war rope is because I use it as an analogy, which is why the lesson is named what it is. The way a plow stop should feel under your skates is the same way it does when you're trying to pull the tug-of-war rope from your dog, and your dog is winning and you're really trying to hold your ground steady. That's the best analogy I've ever come up with. If you have a better one, please put it in the comments below. But yeah, so if you're pulling from your dog, and let's say this isn't like a 10-pound dog, this is like a 200-pound dog, like a Great Dane or something big. When you get to the post, I want you to wrap it around. It doesn't need too much slack. I don't want you here though, I want you here, because the plow stop's supposed to be low. Get in your derby position, get low, and pull. And you want to focus on your weight being on the inside of your heel, because that's where you're gonna have to start balancing. The other thing to this is you're not gonna be at a derby stance. You're literally going to be derby stance and lean back a little bit. So your bottom should actually be pulling this way, because in derby all your momentum from your feet is moving forward. So in order to get that to stop, you have to do the opposite direction, right? Or the opposite, opposite direction. Inertia. Yeah, so make sure the insides of your heels is what's bearing most of the weight. Make sure you're about shoulder width apart. You will see a lot of derby players, including myself, do these really wide plow stops, and those are great and all, but they also, the wider you go, the less agility you have. So avoiding crashes or avoiding getting hit or anything is going to take that much longer. So that's going to be up to you. If you're playing roller derby and you just want to be primarily a blocker, it's nice to learn how to take up space, but at the same time, you want to learn how to do plow stops a lot smaller. So plow stop, you should be a little bit pigeon-toed, just a little bit. You don't need to be, all the way in or anything like that, because that's what breaks your knees in, and we don't want that. That's what causes knee injuries, especially like MCL injuries. So you want to be as even as possible, low, point those toes in a little bit, put the weight down in the inside heels, and then put your butt back and lean back. So you should feel like you're gonna fall over. You shouldn't be able to hold that position very long. I have a hard time holding it, and that's what it should feel like though, because with the motion of your wheels going forward, that little back motion, putting your butt back, is what's gonna help you dig in with your inside back wheels. That's how you're gonna find those edges, and that's what's gonna cause your skates to start pigeon-toeing a little bit, and then that's where you can start getting your stop in place. So like I said, pretend that you're playing tug-of-war with the dog and the dog is winning. That's how it should feel. So again, we're gonna put our little rope against the post, derby position, little pigeon-toed, and lean back. Now I want you to try to pull in with your hands while you're, or with your arms, sorry. So pull in with your arms, but at the same time, I want you to be putting weight into your heels so you can get that feeling of how plow stop should feel. See, it's really hard for me to even pull myself in. The other thing I want to mention is you can have one foot in front of the other, just ever so slightly. Whether it's your left or your right, mostly we're going to teach the right because you are going to left-sided turns. So to keep your momentum from going outside, you use the outside to keep you in the lines. Okay, so I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I left my gear in my husband's truck. So normally I would have my gear on, but sadly I don't have it right now. So that's okay, just for this time. So yeah, if you feel comfortable doing that, now you can add your skates. And like I've said before, you wanna focus, I can't bend my leg that way. You want to focus on this inside wheel. So this is on each leg. So this is what's going to carry a lot of the weight. So you want to go ahead and do that drill again. Grab your rope. Make sure it's low. Derby position. Get one foot in front of the other just slightly. Pigeon toe just slightly, get low, dig into those two inside wheels on your heels, and go ahead and try pulling yourself. Get your butt back. If you hear that squeaking noise in your wheels, don't be scared. That means you're doing it right for the most part. That means it's causing friction between your wheel, your motion, and your flooring, and that friction is what's gonna get you to stop. So yeah, that noise is okay. Do it one more time, butt back. All right, and there you have it. That's our drill for today. Super easy, like I said. We're not gonna get too much into more details besides that. Those are the two, this last lesson and this lesson are the two most important to me, because like I said, it helps keep you safe, it helps keep everybody else safe, and it helps keep you prepared for the unexpected. So they say to expect the unexpected. Well, you have to be ready to expect the unexpected. So this helps with that. And also, like I said, it also helps with keeping you low to the ground. So if you do have a time where you fall, you lose your balance, we all do, even the pros do. It's okay, but you're closer to the ground already, so it's gonna be a much smaller fall. And that means you're probably less likely to get hurt. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I enjoyed doing it. I know it was really quick, but I'm gonna try to get another lesson out here in about halfway through the week if I can, and we're gonna add a little bit more to it. All right, well, enjoy your weekends. Stay safe, stay home, and let's get ready for Derby.